In today's video, we're going to check out the brand new Sony ULT5 Bluetooth speaker. It's a beautiful portable Bluetooth speaker that offers us RGB, long battery life, great sound, a lot of bass, and of course, the ability of actually having water resistance in there in case you want to be able to take it with you and for some reason it starts raining or some water spills on it. But the really nice thing about it is the form factor, the power, the customizations, even the ability to play in DJ within the application because there are some fun things to do that typical Bluetooth speakers don't have. This is TK and this is the Sony ULT Field5 Bluetooth speaker. Let's check it out and see what makes it so special. So in front of us, we have the box. This is the ULT Power Sound. Essentially, the ULT Field5 is the model. There is another two. There's a 3 and a 9. Up to 25 hours worth of playback. It is made by Sony. And of course, as you can see here, we have RGBs that now are actually visible from the front, not just on the side, as well as an actual additional button on the top, as you saw that with the introduction. The ULT button on the top also illuminates to match the colorway that we have on the actual things. One thing here, unfortunately, is Sony, it does not actually light up, but I think this is more of a reflection as the lighting effect in when they were taking this picture. Now, some of the main features that we're talking about here, obviously, is the portability of it. As you can see, it's nice and actually portable. It does come included with this strap. It has powerful bass with alt button, 2 different EQ modes set up in there, as well as the max power or max battery life of up to 25 hours. Now, obviously, this is with the lighting off. Just one thing to keep in mind, IP67 for water and dust resistance. And this allows it to actually take in some pretty much direct splashes, as we're going to test out in just a few minutes. Here we have the speaker. As we saw there on the picture, it looks absolutely fantastic. It comes pre-assembled. There's nothing to actually do with this. The only thing you probably will need to do though is make a decision of actually using or not using the actual strap that they include. So ULT power, and of course, as you can see here, it is nice. It's very durable, very high quality, expandable, and it comes with metal actually hooks. So you can definitely, they're very good and very solid. The actual connection or the connectors are automatically hidden, or out of the box they're hidden. So you just basically need to bring it up and you'll notice that the actual piece is in there. So you extend it. So you bring it over, twist it all the way over on itself. So basically almost like making it upside down. And at that point, you'll notice there is that little strap that comes up and you're able to basically pull on it. And now you have the hooks for the actual strap. And then from there, you basically insert the strap and connect it. And there's a nice little hook on the bottom so that it doesn't fall off accidentally. To remove it, you basically, when you put it in there, you just have to make sure that the strap is extracted all the way. And then at that point, just pull it out. Now, I will say it's not the easiest thing to take out, but it is possible. Once you remove it, if you do not want to use it with the straps, just make sure to basically lift up the actual offset in here, bring that, flip them all the way back up, and then push them in. Same thing for this one. You'll notice right there, just lift it, turn it, and now you actually have a very nice and very clean look in here. Just make sure to tuck in the cable entirely. And it actually provides you a nice little flush experience here. It looks like I didn't do it all the way on the right side, but right there. Very nice, very clean, and nothing protruding. It is water resistant in here, so there's no reason for you to worry if there's any water that goes in there. But I will say though, since I was testing it outdoors with some water, make sure to let it dry, as there's still a little bit of water sitting in there. But again, overall, very nice and very good weather sealing. As I mentioned to you guys, we have the Sony logo on the front. This does not illuminate, but it is very nice and very reflective. So in case there's some lighting going on, it will definitely showcase. You can see here my hand moving changes a little bit of the color in here on it. On the top, we pretty much have a few buttons, not a lot. We have the alt button. That's actually a nice little EQ trigger. You can switch between 2 different options. We have volume up, volume down, play, pause, as well as connect. This is for the party connect option, Bluetooth connectivity, and of course, power. Now, I do have this system connected to 2 different devices, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. There's one. Oh, actually, no, hold on. This one device. And that was the second device as you heard it. And you can basically hear the chime. Multiple device connectivity also works perfectly. And the overall performance here is pretty straightforward. 1 push button to turn on, 1 push button to turn off, and pairing to a second device, press and hold on the Bluetooth settings to add another device, and configurable through the Sony app. They do include a USB-C to C cable to be able to charge it up. There is no charger in the box. They also include a nice little instruction manual in case you have any questions, and a QR code to be able to download the Sony app or get some support. Now, as we talked about that, go directly to your Google Play Store. And on an Android, this is the brand new S25 Edge. Turn it on and connect it to configure the actual application. We'll go ahead and close this function. ULT Field5, 80% battery. I do have it connected via LDAC, and that's going to depend on the system that you're using. You can definitely see here that the RGB lights are on. You can customize the quality, either prioritize audio quality over prioritizing connection speed, depending on where your phone's going to be from the actual speaker that could customize the experience to be better for you, so you don't have any kind of dropout or signal issues. Bluetooth connectivity, you can customize it to be able to go in there and go into the settings. We'll check that out in 1 second. We also have the ability of going into the function. It is connected either via Bluetooth or audio in. There is an auxiliary input in the back. We'll check that out also in a second. We do have a couple of other options. There is a connection to the media player that's built into the actual Android device. So this is referencing what we have there. Ghost Town is the song I was listening to. Now we do have a DJ mode. You can turn on the DJ mode, and so you can hear basically isolator. We'll go ahead and turn on audio a little bit. You notice right there, matches the actual phone.
Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Disco.
Let's go. Let's
Disco.
let's go. Let's go.
And you're also able to go in there and customize and build in your own EQ if you don't want to use it. If you turn off DJ mode off, none of those experiences kind of go through. The other option that we have in here is party lights. Party lights allows us to actually customize the colorway that we have. By default, it's in there and it gives you the ability of basically going in and customizing. You can kind of see, I'll go ahead and move the speaker a little bit here. You can kind of see the coloring changing here, matching to where I'm actually configuring. And then of course it can go even lighter, lower, and it just basically bounces to the color that you're looking at. You're able to go in there and go directly into custom. You can change the different colors and customize them and make your own custom experience. And of course, you could just basically reset it and just have it go in default mode. By default, it will basically pulsate, and there's a few other options as well. Let's go ahead and into device settings. As I mentioned to you guys, the Alt button functions as a trigger. It switches between 1. You notice right there. So essentially gives us the ability of switching between the 3 different EQs. The Alt 2 by far is going to be the best experience. So we'll go ahead and give it an experience. Alt 1, it basically says this setting enhances a deeper lower bass range. Alt 2, a sense of increased power, which is very noticeable right away when you turn it on. And of course you can customize it by going into the custom section and turning on that custom EQ that you set up. By default, the button will trigger basically 1, 2, 3 and off. So those are the custom options that you have. If you want to go custom, you turn it on and you set it up. I always leave it in EQ and Alt 2, but before we go too far, let me just go ahead and show you guys real quick the difference between off Alt 1 and Alt 2. Now, as you can hear from that experience, the audio is very much more pronounced, louder, and bassier in Alt 2, which I feel like for the most part where I'm pretty much residing the entire time. Jumping back in here, you can customize that personal EQ, the DJ control we talked about, the party light. Sound field optimization is on for basically the audio that you have in here. You can turn that on and get that experience customized directly within the app. Bluetooth audio connectivity, we talked about that. It's either basically prioritizing quality over sound, basically connection, depending on how far your phone is going to be. Under system, we have a couple of options. We have auto standby. By default, it's turned on. Bluetooth standby is turned off. You can turn that on. Stamina mode in case the battery is running low, although this will last a long, long time. And of course, notification and voice guides on. This is when you turn it on, those little ting, the chimes that we heard. You can turn those off if you don't want to hear them there. Well, let's go ahead and go back here one last time. And then of course you can turn it on to be automatically downloading the software to update the software on this. There was one software update when I got it out of the box. Now there is a nice little turn off or power off button that turns off the speaker. Now unfortunately once you do that, the speaker does go off. You do need to turn it on back with the power button. But in case you step away and you want to be able to turn it off and not have to go back to turn it off, it's a very nice functionality. Now that those two chimes come in, you can see it on this device. You can also connect it and configure it from my other device. One thing to mention is we talked about the 25 hours. Now 25 hours is basically with everything turned off, meaning you're using standard, not an alt mode, and you're using no RGB lights. The battery life on this should last you about 25 hours. If you turn on the lights and not use the alt mode, you're going to be using it for about 10 hours. And if you have everything on with alt mode, battery unfortunately will go down to about 2.5 hours, but should be more than enough for any party. And you are able to use this while connecting it to power. There is a power connection on the back. Now this is featuring one woofer, 2 passive radiators, and 2 tweeters. The radiators obviously are sitting on the side here. As you can see here, the RGBs are positioned there. The lights are behind that. The tweeters are positioned all the way in there and on the sides. And of course, the main woofer is sitting in the center, providing us that best audio experience. The entire piece will vibrate if you play this at a very high level. It does match the volume on your phone, but it will amplify it to the next level. We do have some offsets here, 4 offsets on the bottom here to be able to position them on the floor and make sure that it stays nice and clean. Now, as far as the back, we have one connection here for our I/O, and this is a nice weather-sealed connection. You'll notice here the thickness of the actual connection with the suction area so that it provides protection from water getting here. This is an area you do not want to leave open if there's going to be water around you. You have the auxiliary audio in. This is going to give you the ability of getting even higher audio quality as it surpasses the Bluetooth connectivity function. LDAC is the best that we're able to get, or AAC if your device supports it, more than likely on iOS. Here on the right side, we'll notice there's a DC in and out, which means this is what we use, that USB-C cable that we got, to either charge our speaker, meaning or also use it while it's charging, or what I really like about it is in case you ever forget to bring your power bank, it also works as charging, and it allows you to actually charge your devices using the built-in battery. Obviously, that's going to reduce the battery life of the unit, but it's nice to have the ability of actually leveraging such a large battery on the go with the beautiful speaker that we have here. And then last but not least, you also have the ability of turning on and turning off the lights on the back of the speaker, so you don't have to connect to the application. So that way it'll save you some battery life, as well as give you the battery life that you want to get. Once you're done, make sure you put this on, connect it, and of course, make sure that it sits flush to the back, the same way you have those 2 stops at the top. And with that being said, we're going to go outside and do some audio testing and waterproof testing with the ULT Field5 before we go back inside and check out the audio performance indoors.
My mind is struggling, babes. Boyfriend is acting like a clown. Know what's going down every time that we in town. Take a look through the peephole. Yo, everybody's getting geek, bro.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. Okay, don't make me breathe again.
Jack it up.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. Some things never change,
My hope is that the video could portray how good the sound is on this speaker. There's something to be said about a small but powerful type of an experience, and this speaker definitely fits that. And what I mean about this is it looks like a small speaker and it shouldn't be able to provide us that much power, but the ULT 2 settings is absolutely crazy. It fills the room. Now, the fact is you can actually connect up to 100 different pieces like these, like 100 different ULT Field5s together, or even connect them to an ULT Field 3 or an ULT Field 9 to create more of a surround sound. This is a single speaker at the end of the day, but from a portable experience, it's nice, it's light, it's powerful, and it has a really nice long battery life. If you're outdoors and there's going to be a lot more basically brighter lights and so on, my recommendation is open up that panel in the back and of course turn off the lighting. You can't really see the RGBs outside, so it's not really going to add to the effect of what the speaker can do. And that also will give you a much longer battery life as it's drawing less power for the LEDs. Now, when we switch it over to indoors, as you saw there, obviously it allows the sound to reverberate through the room that you're in. So the audio sounds even more fuller when you're using it indoors. And of course, you want to be able to pair it to another unit, that works perfectly fine. For me, in my living room, and it's a large vaulted ceiling living room, the echoing effect was absolutely fantastic. It filled the room as if I had a much larger speaker system in there. The last thing I do want to mention is that the ULT5 does come in 2 different colorways. There's the black and the off-white. Both are going to look great, both going to perform just exactly the same. It's going to just come down to your personal preference of colorway, that whichever one that works better for your style and what you're using. I like the fact that we have a nice customizable experience in the application, and we're also able to leverage some of that on device. Turning the lights off from the device makes it easier for us to be able to save battery and go even longer. The ability of turning on and off the alt functionality, again, also kind of just leverages the fact that we're able to get that experience customized on device and ready to go. You can use more than one device, as you saw there. I did have LDAC support on both of them, so it works really nice. If the device that you're using does not support LDAC, it will default back to AAC, which is, again, a very good codec. You can, again, customize that in the application in all the different modes, the DJ mode, the lighting effect, custom EQ, single button configuration on the back. It works really nice. And I love the fact that it's water, basically the IP67 water and dust resistance. Means you could take it with you to the beach, in the car, outdoors, indoors, camping, never have to worry where it is. As long as that back access panel is closed, water resistance is there, and you're ready to basically enjoy it wherever you are. At the end of the day, let me know, what do you guys think of the brand new ULT 5? I haven't had a chance to experience the ULT 3 or even the ULT 9 yet. Also, they do have over-the-ear solutions from the ULT series, again, all tuned to be very much bass heavy and customizable to give you really good mids and highs. But again, it's more of basically dance and EDM, like the type of music I listen to, rock, R&B, any type of music that has a lot of heavy bass. This is going to provide you a great experience. And it does really nice, again, in the other improvements they've done in the audio for the mids and highs. I'm not kind of dismissing them. I'm more so just focusing on what is really intended for. It's intended for outdoors and intended to basically fill rooms wherever it is and provide you the best experience wherever you are. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you to Sony for allowing me to check out the ULT 5, and hopefully we'll bring you some more content from Sony devices with even better experiences. This is TK. I'll see you in the next one.